All right, so we got around the leagues, MLB, NBA. Maybe we throw a little bit of soccer in there.
Football.
If you heard about the little Super League, if you
Yeah,
haven't, I'll let you know what that's about.
I like it. I like that we always get a little bit of guest appearances on the around.
So the Oakland A's won 11 straight. What are your thoughts?
So I'm gonna be in two minds, and we'll keep it tight so that we can run this shit down the wire easy. So first of all, I think it's news. I think, or I shouldn't say it's news. I think it's interesting because the A's every fucking season are good. They're way above 500. My man Bean is just a printing press up there. He just figured out something with sabermetrics that just gets the best players on the field all the time. They're scrappy. Now, the Yankee fan in me is not before the break, so it doesn't matter. So I'm of two minds in the matter. I think it's great that they've won 11 straight, but at the end of the day, show me what you could do after the break, and then we can talk.
My thoughts on this is like, okay, that's fine. They're on a hot streak, and many people don't know this, and it always gets pulled under the rug when people start talking analytics and the sabermetrics and all this fire shit. Billy Bean and the Oakland A's have never won dick.
Right. That's the main problem.
So even if there's all this on base percentage and WAR and the whip and home runs and fucking home run trajectory angles and bringing in 7 pictures every 4 innings, that can all suck a dick because it doesn't work.
Right.
It does not work.
I think that the Boston Red Sox and the Dodgers have proven that it does work. The problem is you also need high-paid players to
But again, that doesn't mean that means it's 85% player and 15% analytics. Because if you have the talent, then it's going to take you places. So like, all that small ball shit is cool because if you want to save money, but it rarely works, and evidence shows that. Like, cool, Marlins won, fire, cool. Red Sox won it once, cool. The Dodgers didn't win it with a small ball. I'm like Billy Bean, small salary. Their salary is fucking $350 million. You know, so, you got the Oakland A's probably $10 million, cool, but they haven't won anything.
Do you think it at least works to be competitive every season?
I don't give a fuck about being competitive. It's about winning.
Got it. I'm with you. I got you, baby.
It's winning and losing. I'm not in between just being around. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a Memphis Grizzly. I don't want to be an Indiana Pacer. I don't want to be an Atlanta Brave. I don't want to be fucking an Oakland A. I want to be have a chance to win a championship and be in a championship and win a championship.
I got you, bro. That's why I knew it was going to stir you up. That's why I put it there. All right. I didn't know this because it was COVID. So they put this shit in 2 years ago, but they started implementing it. To speed up MLB games, they put a man on second after the 9th inning if it goes into extra innings. Do you think it helps, hurts, speed up the game? Does it hurt teams that have weak offenses? Well, how do you evaluate this thing to help make games go faster?
I think it's stupid just because it's like you're not giving somebody a chance.
Right. That's what I thought.
To earn the win. Because you could just put somebody on there, pop fly to right field in the corner. They could tag her from second to third, and then
that's what I said. So now this is my question: would it have been better to put a man on first because that's 3 outs? So technically, you would have to actually manufacture a real run because to put him at second, a pop out gets him to third, and then a bloop gets through, and he scores. So I feel like a man on first is more logical. What do you think?
That would make more sense to adjust the rule if you're going to adjust it. Yeah. I would say don't put nobody at all.
Agree.
And just the thing is that we don't talk about the last 5 seconds ago. Analytics has hurt baseball.
Yes.
It's Gary Sheffield came out this week and said that baseball, he doesn't watch it anymore. He just can't watch it because you have these guys who strike out 200 times a year, 300 times a year, and it's okay because they're getting 100 home runs 100 RBIs, 40 home runs, 30 home runs. Like, where's the purity of the game? Where's the on-base percentage? Where's your walk to strikeout ratio? Where's all these bunting the guy over? Hitting and running. Stealing if you're on first base, stealing, shortstop has to come over if you're a righty, and and you hit the fucking ground ball into the shortstop area. Get rid of the shift.
The shift's gotta fucking go.
You know, let them manufacture more runs. You know, people like to see
But
points.
around, but you can't move the whole fucking infield right if all he does is spray to right field. You just literally killed the whole fucking game, bro.
Now, what makes him more whack too is though that bitch ass hitter needs to become a better hitter and be able to hit all over the field.
Facts. You getting paid $20
You
million.
get paid whatever you get paid, even if you get paid. Let's say, for instance, I want like people still don't quantify this, and people still don't understand it.
That's why I like talking to you about this shit. Tell me,
If
baby.
you got paid, if a regular person, let's say for whatever, if
Sure.
we got paid $300,000 a year, let's just say for instance, on the low end. That's for low end for MLB.
Let's say,
$300,000 is a lot of fucking money.
That's a grip. Right now, where I'm at, that's a grip. I might as well say million. You might
Now,
as well.
right? I'm just saying 300,000, right?
To me, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of fucking money, period, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, what you're doing to get $300,000.
Not that hard, technically.
You're fucking playing baseball, like a kid's game. You get to play it and get paid professionally to do this thing, and you can't hit the ball. You can't hit the ball to the opposite end. Like they gotta put the entire all fucking fielders, the infielders, to the right side of the field because you can only hit right. Like that's something wrong with the batter. Like, and I get it. Like strategically, that's if this guy's always hitting to the right.
Yeah, fucking smash him. I agree. I'm with it.
Like,
it's not his fault.
Now that guy who can only hit to the right side of the field should be in the minor leagues.
I agree with that 100%.
Why isn't the guy that in the minor leagues who's hitting all over the field? Why is he not up? Even if let's say he hits 10%, his batting average is 10 points less than the person.
I agree.
Why is he not in the league? Because now you don't have to worry about the field will always be open. It will always be a guessing. So that's what shit like that is ruining baseball. And like baseball was my first love, and like when I played it as a kid, it was like growing up in high school playing it. It got boring because everybody was just so annoying with the analytics, and that's 10 years ago. And now it's worse. It's worse. Like I don't even know what the fuck WAR is or WHIP. Like and that's like the people loved Mike Trout because his WHIP is fantastic. Like what the fuck?
Mike Trout is the fucking Oakland A's of baseball player. Like that. All right, I want to get you really angry now because your boy's been banging on his chest like motherfucking King Kong in the building. The motherfucking Knicks, baby. The Knicks, daddy. Let's go. Let's go. All right, before I even go to say this shit, Julius Erving, MVP.
Julius Randle?
Sorry, Julius Randle. I believe he should be the MVP, bro. He's going hamon. Before I let you in, so the Knicks right now, I think I might have wrote this wrong, but I think they're 5th overall in the Eastern Conference standings. What are your thoughts, bro? Are they fucking smashing it or what? Let's start with that one. Are the Knicks playing better basketball in your opinion?
Yeah, they're. I would say they're surprising me more than I thought they were.
You don't believe? Is it worth talking about now? Are they newsworthy now?
Or not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Again, I think it's dope. Again, like here's the problem that we had. Like I had an issue that we had earlier when we were talking about this when you first talked about it. Like you were hyped that they were 500, and that shows just and I'm saying it shows how the level of how bad the Knicks have been for so long.
Yeah, that we're happy.
You're excited that they're at 500. And like now they're above 500, which is cool.
32, and I think 17 or 18, some shit like that.
They're the 4th seed. They are 32 and 27. It's 7 games back at first place, which is fine because the East is so close. But it's a great thing. But like when historic franchises are in the mix, like Lakers, Knicks, Nets, like 76ers, all these Boston, all these historic franchises are in the mix. It makes it more exciting. And I'll be the first one to admit, in the beginning of the season, I didn't believe in Tom Thibodeau because he's never won anywhere he's been. But he has these guys playing.
Okay. So he got them playing. Do you keep them next season? Obviously, yes, right?
Yes.
Have you watched any Knicks games this season?
Some. Not a lot. Maybe like 4 or 5.
Are they playing cohesive basketball? Like, is this something to build off of for the future?
They would need they need a piece. They definitely need a point guard.
Okay,
definitely need a point guard. Alonzo Ball along those lines. I think
Okay.
would be pretty dope, which I don't see ever happening, would be Steph coming to the Knicks.
Wow. That's a chip.
He wanted to be drafted by the Knicks. He did not want to go to Golden State. The Knicks said they were going to draft him when Mike D'Antoni was the coach. And the Warriors saw the gem and they stole him. But the Knicks, they're the Knicks. Until I see something they haven't won in
Agreed.
40 years. They haven't won since 1973 or 72, whatever the case may be.
Uh-huh.
And until I see them, be consistent, show that consistency and get in the playoffs, go, a couple rounds. Last time they've been there was when Melo was there. That's what, 2014, 2015?
I wouldn't even count that shit. The last time they were there was with Patrick Ewing and Starks. Fuck out of here.
So that's even 25 years ago, 20 plus years ago.
Hey, that's a lot. That's like a long time ago. So this is my next thing. What about Jules? MVP at least in the running, bro. 40 and 10 average. That's beast mode. You got Harden a little injured. LBJ's been injured. I know you told me before because I remember how you holla at me that once the writers get a narrative. But come on, man. Then this guy's literally putting that team on his back. Granted, the East is whack, but still.
He'll definitely get a couple of votes. He'll probably be like the fifth or sixth. But the MVP right now is the Joker, Nikola Jokic, up in Denver.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
MVP. He's been consistent all year. He's averaging 26, I think 26, 11, and like 8, or 26, 11, and 9.
That's a fair argument. I'll give it to him. He deserves it.
Jamal, he's been in the whole season, hasn't been hurt.
He's a beast.
Joel Embiid got hurt. If Joel Embiid wasn't hurt, he would have been the MVP. But he's missed too much time.
Harden was the favorite after LBJ went down, and now he's missing time.
And that's over for him. Yeah, so
it just looks like he keeps moving around.
It's a little weird. And then like Steph got in this little crazy hot streak over the week.
And he's
passed, but he was smoking drugs, saying that he has to be the MVP. I love you, Steph. You're like one of my favorite players to watch, but you can't win anywhere if you're not in the second seed and up of MVP. You can't be in the ninth seed talking about you the MVP. It doesn't work.
So that's how you evaluate it. You have
to be the best player on the best team.
Done. Okay, so that's fair. So then, by that standard, my man is not in the building.
Like nowhere near, not even in the parking lot.
What? What if the Knicks go crazy? And I'm not saying this helps his MVP status. What if they get to 2? Because the East is trash, like really bad.
Yeah, it's still open. Hopefully the writers don't,
I don't care about the MVP thing. In your opinion, on the sense of making the Knicks relevant in your mind, if they climb to 3 or 2, does that make you even more interested, or no? Still not.
That'd be dope for New York, man. I love anything New York. Obviously I'm a Lakers guy because I'm a guy Kobe, and I'm a Yankee fan. But anything that brings New York is the capital of the fucking planet, and for whatever reason we're not at the top of the food chain when it comes to sports, and it's very disheartening.
Yes, it is. Breaks my heart.
But it's the nightlife that ruins our athletes.
I could agree with that. Speaking about nightlife ruining athletes, what's going on in New York City, the Bronx specifically? The Yankees are terrible. They're playing right now. I don't know if they're up, but when I wrote this, they were 6-11. Should we start looking at new coaching? Is it last week? Obviously, our shit went fire on Instagram because I was yelling about you can't keep Stanton and Judge healthy. What's the problem with the team?
It's that continuity, man. For whatever reason, you can't manufacture it. And yeah, we're 6-11. We're in last place in the division. We're just off to a rough start.
Are they the opposite of the A's, where there's this mentality now because of all the talent, we don't start the engines? Because I argue with a guy, he almost made me break my neck in the sense of my veins and my throat fucking losing shit. He said that the New York Yankees don't play baseball until after the break. Is that a problem?
That too. And here's another thing. We kind of, I think we panicked and we went down the path of a little bit of Oakland A.
Tell me.
We went down the path of, we saw a rival win the division win in 2018 or 2017, whatever they recently, they won. And they won it by small ball. And then for whatever reason, it's like, why? Since when have the Yankees ever fucking worried about the luxury tax? And they've been worrying about that the last 4 or 5 years. And I'm like, For what? Why are you trying to be frugal for? Your pops wasn't a frugal guy. He went out, he paid the money, he got fucking stars. Like, what are we doing here? Now, look at the Dodgers. They went out, they're spending the money, they compete, they're in the chip almost every year. They've won the chip. If the Astros weren't cheating them, they probably could have had 2 chips.
It would have been a dynasty by now.
Exactly. And like, why are we not spending bread? Like,
but we did. We just dropped 350 on our boy.
We have Garrett Cole, right, and Giancarlo Stanton. That's
right.
It. Those are on the contracts.
That's true.
Aaron Judge is not getting paid like $30 million a year. He's not. He's still like $8-9 million. Like, it's very low.
You want his rookie deal?
Yeah, because that's the thing with fucking baseball. They cocksuckers.
What, arbitration and all that shit?
Yes.
Wow. So how long is that contract that he's been on?
I think after this season, he becomes a free agent.
Wow, that's crazy.
And he's not young. He's not young. He's like 27, 28.
Right.
Because he was in the minor leagues for so fucking long. And that's the issue that I have with baseball.
My God, what in the flying fuck?
Exactly.
Okay. You put your GM hat on, or you put your owner hat on. If you're saying this, Brian Cashman has been the general manager for 30 years. Is it time to get Brian Cashman out the fucking building?
You notice the difference at the changing of the hand when it came to, George Steinbrenner, passing away. You have Hank Steinbrenner in there, and for whatever reason, he's being frugal. Like
to buy more yacht.
Exactly. And the issue could be, who knows? Brian Cashman's probably handcuffed.
He's like, yo, you can't.
Why didn't we go get Machado?
Right.
Why didn't we go? Why didn't we do the grapevine? Yo, fucking Mike Trout, fam, right. 600 mil. Agreed. Why didn't we go for
how to fucking sneak Mookie Betts from the fucking Sox?
Exactly. Why didn't we hit up fucking Arenado? He said he wanted to be a Yankee. He grew up being a Yankees fan. Yo, what's up, fam? They owe you that? All right, we're gonna match that. I'll give you a little bit more.
We were talking off air about listening to your fan base, listening to people when it came to game companies. Do you think it's doing the Yankees a disservice that if a guy comes out and talks to the media, I always wanted to be a Yankee, why would you not get him if he's good? That sounds stupid. That shows me you're not paying attention, right? Or wrong? Am I wrong on that?
No, right? You're right. You're right. Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, why wouldn't you go get him? I don't know why we didn't go get Mookie Betts. I don't know why we didn't get Mike Trout. I don't know why we didn't get Arenado. Like all these guys over and over and over and over again. And it sucks. And we let Didi go. I know Didi wasn't Derek Jeter, but Didi is still a great shortstop. And I get he
clubhouse leader.
And I get he had a weird injury. Like that's why they were playing on it. But we let him walk, and now he's doing his thing. It's just I don't know where the state of where we at. It's
I'm
still early.
We didn't sign my boyfriend, the right fielder from the fucking from the Phillies.
No, I don't like him. I don't like. No, he just Bryce Harper.
Yeah, Bryce Harper lefty. He would have been crushing that right deck.
But if he was a 280 hitter, I would have been with it. But he's a 240, 250.
But I think he's a 250, 240 hitter because he plays in the National League. If you brought that dude to the American League, you made him the DH, he obviously does not like playing right field. Okay. Have you ever seen him play right field, bro? He's like, I make way too much money to chase this shit down.
But most guys who suck, they put him in right field.
I get it. But would you have Giancarlo Stanton who can't stay healthy for a fucking lick, or would you rather have Bryce Harper? I would take Bryce Harper in that deal. I would trade. I did it once during a franchise. I traded Giancarlo Stanton for Bryce Harper. That's a better fucking setup for me. And he's a lefty. He would dominate right-handed pitching, especially in the Bronx, especially in Boston. Like, think about where they're going to play. Camden Yard. They're going to play in Toronto. Like, the places that home runs are ridiculously destroyed. His numbers as a Yankee would probably be bigger than him playing in the National League. He plays in pitcher parks, and he plays against really great pitchers. And of course his numbers suck.
I think the thing also too was his attitude. Because remember, he got into it with Zach Greinke. Bless you. He got in with Zach Greinke.
Thank you.
When not running out a ground ball.
But I mean, we can say the same shit about Reggie Jackson. And he was the fucking straw that stirred the drink. And Reggie Jackson didn't want to fucking run to first. What I'm saying is, when we've talked about this 100 times, these guys are super paid. They don't want to fucking do shit. Bro, I'm used to hitting home runs. I don't run. You understand? I don't chase balls down. I hit 50 home runs, 100 plus RBIs. I just trot around bases.
But if you're not winning, that spoils over. You know, like when you.
I get it, but the fucking Nets, they weren't whack. It's just for some odd reason I don't even know how this is possible, but the National League East is crazy. Like the fucking Marlins are good in that fucking division. Like it's so random. You got the Mets, you got the Phillies, you got the Marlins. I think the Pirates are in that division. I think
Braves.
That's a lot of good teams.
Yep.
Right. So like, it's one of those things that is like football. Like somebody above 500 is going to get out of there. But I don't want to kill it. Yankees. Fucking wake up call. There's a lot of teams that are getting wake up calls. I can't believe the fucking Knicks right now are playing better ball than fucking Yankees are. Another fucking team that's got me alarmed. Is it over? Should we stick the fork? I was fucking gushing on the Nets. Is it a wrap? It looks like it's a wrap.
The fact that they can't get healthy is it's
concerning.
It's very concerning.
We got fucking LaMarcus Aldridge retired. Kyrie Irving plays whenever the fuck he wants to play. KD injured. Harden injured. Harden just got a setback. Fucking KD just came off the injury list to go back on the injury list.
He might play tomorrow night, but they haven't confirmed or anything like that.
Shut him down. Shut him down. Have him play simulated games and play in practice. Bring him out for the playoffs. Why are we fucking trying to make this guy play regular season games?
I guess he's trying to get the continuity, man. He's only played 20 games in the last 2 years.
He's a fucking beast. Just listen. I would even tell him, look, go watch all the Reggie Miller tape you can watch, and you run to spots. That's it. You don't even get the ball. You get no ball. You run to spots. You don't even got to run. Jog to the spot, and we'll be able to notify you and give you the rock, and you can shoot threes all day or post up. I mean, obviously, it's another leg injury, and from what I was reading on Twitter, it's the same leg injury. Is he done?
Well, it was a tag. It was. He got a Charlie horse. That's all it was.
Okay. Because I know you know a little bit more about this basketball shit.
He wasn't like it's not a knee injury. It's not an ankle injury. He got a knee to the thigh. So he basically got a Charlie horse, and he's $170. So like that, it was probably bone on bone. So that's why it probably hurt. And probably sore. Probably keep him out. Kept him out for a week or whatever, because it was a knee to the thigh. And if you ever had a knee to the thigh, that shit hurts a lot.
Oh, I've had a table to a thigh and I'm down. So forget about it. I'm old now.
So I think the injury's not too bad. I think it's a little bit overblown, but it's a little crazy. I was surprised when LaMarcus retired. James Harden being injured, it was a little stretch too, because for the most part he's been Iron Man. Like him too. Like he's been a little bit of Iron Man. And his game wasn't really a lot of fast paced twitching stuff. It's all his pace, methodical. He's not a high flyer, and for whatever reason, he must have slipped somewhere or tripped on something to re-injure that
the club making it rain
in Miami or something. Because that's when he went to Miami. That's the road trip. But I think they'll be fine once they once they get in the court. If they get in the court together, it's over. I could see nobody stopping them. Nobody beating them. Again, I say Clippers, Nets in 6.
Not even my Knicks. My Knicks can't beat them in 7.
No.